Hello there and welcome to HelpGrow Academy. In today's tutorial video, we'll be solving over 10 most practiced biology questions with detailed explanations. So get your pen and paper ready. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more. The first question says, which of the following is a characteristic of enzymes? Which of the following is a characteristics of enzymes? Option A, they are consumed in a reaction. B, they slow down chemical reactions. C, they are specific in action. And D, they are made of fatty acid. The correct option here is option C, they are specific in action. Let's ask ourselves, what is an enzyme? An enzyme are biological catalysts made up of proteins. Now, during chemical reactions, they are not used up and they don't slow down chemical reactions, they actually speed them up. The action is very specific. Each enzyme works on a specific substrate, like a key fixing into a lock. So enzymes are biological catalysts made up of proteins. They are not used up in reactions. They don't slow down chemical reactions also. What they do is they actually speed up chemical reactions. Question 2 says, which organ in humans is responsible for detoxifying harmful substances? A, we have the kidney. B, we have the spleen. C, liver. And D, heart. The correct option here is what? The liver. I know some of you would like to pick the option A, which is kidney, but the correct answer is option C, liver. Why? Because the liver plays a vital role in detoxification. It filters and breaks down chemical substances like drugs and alcohol in the blood. The kidney only filters waste. Are you getting it now? The kidney filters waste. The spleen filters blood cell and the heart pumps blood. So the correct option here is what? The liver. The spleen filters blood cell, the kidney filters waste, and the heart pumps blood. Question 3 says, the main function of the xylem tissue in plants is to A, transport food. B, transport water and minerals. C, perform photosynthesis. And D, produce flowers. The correct answer here is what? Option B, to transport water and minerals. Let's ask ourselves this question, what is a xylem tissue or a xylem vessel? The xylem vessel transports water and dissolve minerals from the root of plants to other parts, while the phylum transports food. Photosynthesis, on the other hand, happens in the chloroplast, not the xylem. And flower production, that is a reproductive process. So the correct option there is what? Option B, transport water and minerals. That's the major function of the xylem tissue in plants. Question 4 says, which of these is an example of a carbohydrate? Which of these is an example of a carbohydrate? A, glycerol. B, amino acid. C, starch. And D, fatty acid. The correct option there is what? C, starch. Starch is an example of a carbohydrate. Starch is a complex carbohydrate used for energy stored in plants. The glycerol and fatty acid makes up fat, while the amino acid builds protein. So amino acid for protein, fatty acid and glycerol for what? Fat, while starch for carbohydrates. Now the correct option here is what? Starch. Starch is an example of a carbohydrate. Question 5. In the food chain, grass, grasshopper, lizard, eagle. The lizard is a dash. In the food chain, grass to grasshopper, grasshopper to lizard, lizard to eagle. The question says the lizard is a dash. A, producer. B, primary consumer. C, secondary consumer. And D, tertiary consumer. Now let's explain. The grass is the producer. The grasshopper eats the grass, so the grasshopper is the primary consumer. The lizard eats the grasshopper, making it the secondary consumer. Now the eagle, on the other hand, eats the lizard. It is the tertiary consumer. So the question says what? What is the lizard? The lizard is a dash. Is it a primary consumer? Is it a producer? Is it a tertiary consumer or a secondary consumer? The correct option there is what? C, a secondary consumer, because the lizard eats the primary consumer. Question 6 says, the part of a flower that develops into a fruit is the A, ovary, B, ovules, C, petals, and D, style. Now after fertilization, the ovary develops into a fruit, and the ovules inside it becomes the seed. Petals, on the other hand, what they do is they attract insects, and the style connects the stigma to the ovary. So the correct option there is what? Ovary. Ovary is actually what develops into a fruit. Question 7 says, the genetic material in a cell is found in the A, mitochondria, B, nucleus, C, ribosome, D, cytoplasm. The genetic material in a cell is found in the A, mitochondria, B, nucleus, C, ribosome, and D, cytoplasm. The DNA is a genetic blueprint of life. Don't forget, the DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. It is housed in the nucleus. The ribosomes, what they do is they make proteins. The mitochondria makes energy, and the cytoplasm, it is a fluid in which all the organelles float. So the correct option there is what? Option B, the nucleus. The nucleus is where the genetic material in a cell is found. Question 8 says, which of these diseases is caused by a virus? A, tuberculosis, B, malaria, C, AIDS, and D, cholera. AIDS is caused by the HIV virus. Tuberculosis and malaria are caused by bacteria. Malaria itself is caused by the Plasmodium parasite transmitted by mosquitoes. Not just mosquitoes, the female Anopheles mosquito. So the correct option here is what? Option C, AIDS. AIDS is one of the diseases caused by a virus. Question 9 says, which of the following is a function of the large intestine? Which of the following is a function of the large intestine? A, digestion of proteins, B, absorption of nutrients, C, production of bile, and D, absorption of water. The correct option there is option D, absorption of water. The large intestines absorb water and form solid waste. Digestion and nutrient absorption happens in the small intestine, while the bile is produced by the liver. The large intestine absorbs water and forms what they call solid waste. That's your physics. So the correct option there is option D, absorption of water. That is the major function of the large intestine. Question 10 says, which of the following processes is involved in the removal of metabolic waste from the body? Which of the following processes is involved in the removal of metabolic waste from the body? Option A, photosynthesis, B, respiration, C, excretion, and D, transportation. The correct option there is what? Option C, excretion. Excretion is the biological process of removing waste products like urea and carbon dioxide. Photosynthesis and respiration are energy processes, while transpiration occurs only in plants and not in humans, not in animals. So the correct option there is what? Option C, excretion. Well done. You have just sharpened your edge with 10 key biology questions. Remember, consistent practice makes excellence. Subscribe, like, and drop a comment below if you want more questions on any specific topic. Until next time, keep learning and also keep growing.